Hello, my good friends. I am so glad that you are here once again as we continue in our studies on the theme of ECWA for this year 2023, Occupy Till I Come. In the last episode, you remember we started analyzing the text itself. Well, we started by analyzing these words, calling then 10 workers of himself he gave to them. That is where we stop. He gave to them. Then from here now we're going to start from these 10 minas. That is where we're picking up in this episode. Well, 10 minas in other translation is said 10 pounds. But I'm using the word minas to make it a bit easier to understand by my own calculation. 10 minas here is equal to 100 drachmas. The drachmas was a Greek coin and was basically equivalent to the denarius, a Roman coins in those days at the time of the writing of the scriptures. So, since minas is equal to 100 drachmas. And then in Roman coins, which I mentioned denarius, in Roman coins, 1 Roman coins is equal to 3 days' wages. Like Nigeria will have a minimum wage, okay? Now, a one Roman coin is equal to 3 days' wages at that time. And I want to make an example with one of the states in United States of America. In the federal mandate, the minimum wage in the United States of America is $7.25 US. That is the minimum wage of the United States of America. But as at January 1st, this 2023, in Colombia, one of the states in United States of America, had the highest minimum wage in the US. And their minimum wage is $16.50 US per hour. $16.50 US in an hour. Now, using that minimum wage of Colombia and then apply it to Nigerian naira, the rate of dollar now in Nigeria, that is the official rate of dollar in Nigeria as at 9th January 2023, is 450 naira 0.5 kobo. While in the black market, it is 743 naira in the black market. Now, if you are working for 12 hours, going by minimum wage now, the one we are using with the Colombia, if you are working for 12 hours, it means 743 times 16.05. Then you multiply it by 12 hours. You will have 143,101 naira 80 kobo. You can do your calculation. Now, you multiply this 143,101 naira 80 kobo times 3. Times 3. Now, when you make that calculation, what you're going to realize there is that 429,305 naira 40 kobo. Friends, you know, I told you earlier that 1 Roman coin was worth 3 days' wages. And that is why we are multiplying this by 3. So when you multiply it by 3, you will have 429,305 naira 40 kobo. Therefore, 10 miners are equivalent to 4,293,054 naira. Now you share this amount to 10 servants. It means each servant will receive 429,305 naira 40 kobo, almost getting to 1 million naira. I mean, 500,000 rather. So in our country, Nigeria, as far as it is concerned, this money is a big money, and a big money to start a business. So it clearly means that the money given to them, though one miner, that miner is a huge money. No wonder the man was addressed as a noble man with very good money, wealth, and he gave them one miner each. So you can see what one miner, when you hear one miner, you think it's just one kobo. It's a very big money. Now, friends, I want us to, this parable that is mentioned in this Luke, Luke chapter 19. Many people also make comparison with Matthew 25. They try to compare this parable. I want us to just look at it briefly before we continue. Comparing this parable of miner with that of Matthew 25, verse 10 to verse 19. You see, the two parables, they have similarities and they have their own differences. In fact, the two of them have their different doctrinal lessons. So now look at the similarities that is between these two parables. The similarity is that two of these parables, the Bible tells us that the one in Matthew and the one in Luke, they all go to another country. There is that similarity in that. And another similarity there is that both the two parables tells us that certain money or certain amount or something was allocated. A resources was allocated for profit purpose. That is another similarity. And also when you read the two parables, you discover that the first two were faithful, but the third was unfaithful. These are the similarities that we can see in these two parables. Now, looking at the differences, in Luke told us when Jesus said this parable, he was getting near to Jerusalem. He was about entering Jerusalem where he made this parable, according to Luke. I mean, the one in book of Luke. But the one in Matthew, it was when Jesus Christ was in Jerusalem, few days later. Now, if you also look at the parable in Luke, it tells us that there are 10 servants. That is in Luke. While in Matthew, there was only 3 that were mentioned. In Luke also, we read and understood that the master or the person who is said to be a nobleman left to obtain a kingship. But in Matthew, not such record was mentioned. In Luke also, the parable there tells us that the master gave his servant the same amount of money, one to each of them. It was 10 servants and he gave them 10 minas. But in Matthew, the parable tells us that the master gave them based on their ability, according to their ability. So it was not the same. So here you see the differences between the parable in Matthew and also the one in the book of Luke. Now let's go back to our main text. Having given them these 10 minas, we have seen now the value of mina. Now in that same text, he said he gave them that mina to do what? To do business. Pragmatio saster. Pragmatio saster is a verb, as I said, and is derived from the word occupying. Occupying or occupy. The word occupy simply means to be, to be busy, or to busy somebody. with a trade, to keep somebody busy with a trade, or maybe to be occupied in anything, or to be occupied in any assignment given to you, or to carry on a business. Pragmatiomai, that is where the word is derived from. Pragmatiomai, to carry on a business, or to carry on a business of a banker or even a trader. This is all that is contained about this word business, do business, occupy. And he said, occupy until that I come back. And or ekomai. And or ekomai. Until that I come back. Here it clearly states to us, according to this Greek explanation, that this sentence is referring that there is no specific time frame, but there is an assurance of return. En ho ko mai, until that I come back. There is an assurance that he is coming back, but there is no specific time. Friend, that is what we can say on this analysis of this text. Remember, I told you I'm not going to be that deep academic, but at least this have explained to us a little analysis on this theme text. But the most important part, friends, that I want to draw your attention is the next part of our discussion, which by the grace of God, in the next episode, we will discuss it deeply, and that is applying the theme text. We will see how we can apply this theme text into our own life. Until then, I pray that God will grant us much more understanding of this discussion that we are discussing on this theme text of EQUA 2023, Occupy Till I Come.
Wow, that's not the end. If you are blessed in this episode, check us next week Friday for a continuation of this sound teaching. You can visit us by searching on the website www.is.gd/rinzamroot_gc www.is.gd/rinzamroot_gc, or you can call us on this number +234 706 384 2757 +234 706 384 2757, or you can email us on rinzamroot@yahoo.com. rinzamroot@yahoo.com. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our videos. Thank you, and God bless you.